Yeah, and it was such a different, if I may say so myself, it was a very different Zach that we talked to in
Yes.
2019. Artistically, musically, it was still the same, personable and kind you, pero ibang-iba na yung direction ng music mo. How do you think you as an artist, have changed since then? I mean, again, new label, and you have all kind of these new songs that you have out. How do you think you've evolved since 2019, since we had you last on?
Yeah, like so back then I was more of kind of like growing up in a sense with my music and the style that I was creating. I did some songs back then in a more, I guess, acoustic phase of mine, and I didn't really explore that much into what I can do more in the future. I got to work with a lot of producers along the way after that guesting I did with you guys,
Right.
and ever since then, I kind of got to like that stage of me trying to figure out what I'm comfortable with and what I'm really happy with in terms of creating my music and producing. So I got to this stage right now, which is kind of like that indie alternative rock kind of vibe, pop-ish sounding, and I've been producing a lot of different tracks for different artists too, which helped me a lot with, I guess, widening my field in terms of the production, and got to like really work with hip hop artists in the U.S. as well. A lot of underground indie kind of ish vibes too. So yeah, it helped a lot with the style I have right now.
It sounds like you just named so many genres.
Yeah.
So many different genres, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Where did you get your influence from these past, I guess, year and a half, 2 years?
It's mainly, I guess, listening to a lot of different artists. Compared to before, I was more of, I guess, in focus with one artist, and I didn't really listen to a lot of them back then.
Mhm.
And I guess Lainey was a big influence of mine, and a big inspiration of mine in terms of how I make my music today. I've been listening to a lot of Charlie Puth, John Mayer, Justin Bieber type of tracks too, that kind of influenced the releases that I have now. A lot of Shawn Mendes too,
Right.
and I guess working with a lot of producers as well along the way kind of gave me a bit more of a background compared to before. Like different elements and using this in like different tracks, what I should use in like this type of genre and this type of style. So yeah, I think a lot of listeners and a lot of people would understand, and everything that I'm saying right now would make more sense in the future releases.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. I
exciting.
mean, you grew up with music. I mean, music has been in your soul, has been in your mind, has been in your creative spirit since you were a kid. And looking back now, like thinking of Zach as a young boy, would he want, like, was this the kind of music you've always wanted to make since you were young, or did you kind of arrive here naturally, or was this always kind of part of the plan as an artist for you?
Well, not really. As a young kid who just started off as in the music thing, I just mainly I guess had fun back then. I didn't really take on this whole music thing as something too serious. I remember just jamming with my guitar, listening to Shawn Mendes songs and Ed Sheeran songs in my room, and just searched for like tutorials on how to play these songs on YouTube,
Right.
and like listening to, I guess, listening and to the songs that I have right now and comparing it to back then. um, I guess I had something in me that I wanted to have this kind of band-ish style of music,
Mhm.
instead of going like pure acoustic. I mean, there are still there's still that acoustic vibe-ish type of sound, I guess, in like the elements that I use in my music today. But mostly everything right now is full of different elements and different instruments in the music that I create. So yeah, it was more of me just enjoying uh, playing songs and jamming with my guitar, I guess.
Right.
That's
Well,
awesome. Yeah.
go ahead, Margot. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, now that you're creating music, producing music for other people, and in different genres and adding more elements, what do you feel is different, writing music for other people, or arranging music, producing music for other people compared to yourself? I mean, are there certain tracks where you're like, Nope, can't give it to them. I
Yeah.
need this for
I'm gonna keep
myself.
this for myself. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I had like lots of cases like that. I think I've made some songs for different artists that I kind of regret giving it to them, but if it's destined to be for them, I think yeah, it's for them. So yeah, but in terms of like the music that I create, I mainly, I guess, take inspiration from the artist itself when they come in, like, I guess, close to deal with me working with them. So
Mhm.
it's not like I did a song and then in the future I want this person to sing it. It's not something like that. I mean, there are some cases like that, but most mostly it's the artist comes to me and then we talk about the style they want to really put on the music, and
Right.
that's how I guess I start off with the inspirations and kind of start the whole music thing from there.
Such a collaboration. That's awesome.
Perfect. We
Yeah.
love that you're getting to work with more artists and expand your artistic, tastes and your skills. Because again, collaboration is so important for artists. It opens up your mind, as you mentioned earlier, to newer ideas. So,
Definitely.
speaking of which, new ideas, new music, Hindi Ko Kaya, the brand new song, brand new single, and you did mention how it's about getting over a previous love, a love that you can't go back anymore. It's too late. I want to ask, man, what do you think makes it too late? I mean, there's so many people na, nagkakabalikan sila, and you're wondering how many, like, ilang beses na kayo nag-break, diba? But then what for you as Zach, as an artist, makes it too late?
I don't know.
Deep.
I guess it's just that I don't think I'm ready for love at this time right now. I'm very young.
Right.
I've been in like relationships before that I get my ass broken most of the time, and a lot of courting, but it doesn't really work always, and parents are kind of like an issue as well, which makes sense because like I said, I am too young for all the love stuff and taking it too serious. Like right now, I released the song Hindi Ko Kaya. It got my heart broken so much that I kind of almost gave up in music because of
Wow.
how sad I was back then. So yeah, that's it's a kind of like a bad influence for me in a way, but it does have its advantages of of falling in love and me being personally happy. But right now, I'm just focused on music and studies for now. So yeah, that's kind of like the thing.
That sounds so personal, this song,
Right.
just the way you're describing it. Who do you feel is going to get the most out of a song like this? What listeners are probably, do you feel like, what situation do you feel they're going to be in, and who are going to relate to it?
That's the thing with this song. I kind of see it as an open interpretation kind of song. So I've seen lots and lots of comments with the lyric video, which is trending right now. Thank you guys so much for all the
Nice.
people who supported it. I've seen so many comments, like the different scenarios and different types of relationships, breaking up with cheating, ghosting.
Yeah.
Some people didn't work out with their relationships and stuff like that. But yeah, it's kind of like an open field for everyone to like really relate to the song. And for me personally, when I made this song, it's kind of like the center meaning of it in a way is kind of like being in your vulnerable stage after a breakup. So after a breakup, it's more of setting that pride super high and your ego super high kasi di mo matanggap na iniwan ka niya or something like
Tama.
that. So you're in that stage na I don't need you. I can survive without you. I don't need your love. Pero you go to that vulnerable stage after that. I don't know, after a month, after a couple of weeks, tapos you realize na, damn, I do love her and I miss her and hindi ko kaya mawala siya. So it's kind of been like that vulnerable moment for people who just broke up with their partner or whatever it is.
It's crazy because you talk about how you almost stopped music, and instead this song came about, a brand new single, Hindi Ko Kaya. So it's amazing how you turned that negative, that low point into more art, more music, which again that's really what artists are setting to do. Who's the one who talked you out of quitting? Who was like, okay lang yan, you'll get over it? Was it you who had to do that to yourself, or may shoutout ka bang best friend or manager or sino ba?
You kind of scared me because I thought you asked me who's that person who broke
Okay.
up.
I was going to. I almost
Question
did.
number 2. Who's that person?
But yeah, I guess the person that really talked me out of like giving up and stuff like that was my dad. I remember bawling my eyes out every night after
Right.
that breakup. And I was crying beside him for almost 2 months, 3 months, nonstop. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. I haven't seen that girl in person yet, so
Wow.
it
Wow.
was kind of like an online thing because
Yeah, yeah,
it was
yeah.
in the pandemic, and it's kind of, I guess, it's a personal stage for me in terms of the relationship because it's my first time na I introduced a girl to my family.
Wow.
So she was very personal, and
That's a big
it,
deal.
it just didn't work out kasi. But yeah, my dad was kind of like the person talaga who talked me out of like the whole stressed kind of like Zach back then. And you know, at that time, kasi a lot of problems went in, not just with the relationship, a lot of friend issues came in as well, and kind of like it sort of broke the world that I was in at that time. Because back then I was super duper happy with like a
Right.
healthy relationship, healthy friendship, and all that, and even my family was super happy at the time. And then in just the snap, everything went gone. And
Wow.
you know, as time passes by, I kind of realize how God put me into where I am right now. It's kind of like putting out the negativity from then palang, so I can get ready with the music that I create now. So a lot of stressful things, and I think my dad always told me this now. There's a reason why God puts you in like different situations in your life, and there's a reason why I'm happy right now. I enjoy what I love to do, which is my music, and I'm just very happy now. I'm with my family. I literally have one close friend in my DMs, and she's the only person that I talk to, but she's the person that I really trust, and she's my best friend. And I know I'm contented, and I'm just very happy with where I am right now.
Hey man, that's understandable. Margot's the only person I DM. She doesn't even reply to me. So
What are you talking about? I always reply to you. I wanted to know, like, was there an epiphany? Was there a part, after 2 months of crying near your parents and getting comfort from them through such a heartbreaking time, was there like an epiphany where you're like, I need to really focus on my music now. I can't keep in this space that I'm in this depression that I'm in.
Right.
And how are you now? Are you, is it does it come back, or are you kind of just like, no, I got this?
Right. Well, I'm doing really good right now, Kuya. Ate Marga, thank you so much. Everything has been great. I got I think my bond with, especially with my faith and everything, has been really strong lately. Which is, I want to share this real quick because
yeah, go.
I remember like back then, I think a lot of like solid supporters and a lot of people who supported my music back then, before even Binibini and all this stage. I had a couple of hundreds and thousands of listeners, but I wasn't that, I guess, super known by that time. And like, um, I remember that night after Binibini was released, because Binibini was kind of like the one that really, I guess, got attention into my music. And before that, I remember because like I said earlier, having that relationship issue and lots of problems that dug deep. Before all this, I was in a very depressed state. I was crying every night. Di ko alam gagawin ko, literally.
Right.
And I remember that night, sabi sa akin ni Papa, um, you should pray. Kasi this is your favorite song na, this is your parang personal song for which is Bini Bini. And that time, I know, after that breakup and all those stuff, um I was in the time na parang I was super eager, praying to God na I want to have this, I want to have that. Gusto ko ng ganito, gusto kong ipakita sa kanila, which I understand now why God didn't give me that blessing or that opportunity back then. Kasi I would have become, stubborn, lumaki ulo ko. And I didn't do that for my music itself kasi that's my passion, but I wanted to, gusto ko ipakita sa kanila na I'm better, which is super selfish of me. And that kind of gave me like a bigger and stronger faith in my relationship with, my faith and everything. And that night before Binibini was released, prinay ko talaga na, God, just give me whatever you feel like, kung ano yung para sa akin talaga. So I surrendered everything to him and, take the wheel and I'll just follow you. And then he gave it to me, what I deserve siguro. And now I'm here. I'm just very happy and I'm very blessed. So
let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
I
go.
love it.
We came here to talk about a single, and I'm
first
here
time
like
talking
getting
about it
emotional.
too. Yeah.
I'm getting emotional, man. Like just all this. I mean, it's great to hear because so many people can relate to the same thing, and I hope they can learn from your lesson as well. Just to accept what's coming to you, trust in your faith, and and trust that things are going to work out and fall into place. But I do have a question. I know I'm not going to ask you who it's about. Okay, I'm not going to ask you who the song's about, but I do have one question. As a fan of both songs, is Binibini and Hindi Ko Kaya about the same girl?
No, not really.
Okay.
It's a the time gap between them is very far apart.
Okay,
So Binibini was kind of like written around 2 years ago, and Hindi Ko
Right.
Kaya was I think written last year, like mid last year. So they're two different people.
There you go. Now, before we let you go, Zach, would it be okay if we ask you to go on to our Twitch chat, to our Twitch page, just so you can say hi to everybody? I can send the link
Of course.
to our Zoom chat right now. All you gotta do is just copy it, click on it, just so we can look at everybody. Look, my hashtag na eh. Hashtag ipabasa kay Zach ang chats. So people are going nuts. They want you to read.
Okay, wait. Let me
I love it.
Go ahead, man. Take
let
your
me
time.
open this up.
Take your time.
Zach,
Take your
you
time.
are the coolest. I love that this is happening right now.
If you're just joining us now, folks, we have Zack Tabudlo live on the show here on the Home Run.
Yo, for real. I missed you guys low key because it's been such a while, diba?
Yeah.
Wala pong pandemic noon. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and we had such a great time with you
We
and Charlene. That was
did.
such a good
Yes.
interview. That was such a great show. And
So
now
we got-
I'm pretty
There
sure
you
everybody's
go.
spamming chat.
Hi
There you go.
guys. I can see the comments now.
They really love that
There
hashtag.
you go. I see them. Like going to this. Ipabasa kay Zack ang chats. Oh my gosh. Hello guys. OMG. What's your inspiration on your latest song? I think we talked about it already.
Yeah.
So it's about a girl and about breakup and all that. All right. Shout out Zach. Hi Enrix YouTube. YT pala.
Yun.
Zach, pansinin mo ako ulit. Injury. Huh? Injury ko kakachat para sa'yo. Hu. Oh my gosh. What happened? I love you. Please take care of yourself.
Oh my gosh, what happened?
Yeah, he's so concerned.
I don't know
Antoinette,
how this is so random. Oh my gosh.
Antoinette
Yeah,
said, "You are loved by so many. Keep doing what you do."
Oh.
So sweet.
Thank you guys. I love you guys too. Thank you so much for all your love and with the music thing. Thank you. I wouldn't be where I'm at without you guys. Thank you so much.
Well, there you go. Well, Zach, we don't want to take up any more of your time, man. Maraming salamat. Thank you so much for
Thank
dropping
you
by
so
the show,
much.
dude. Can you tell us anything about any new music coming up soon? Maybe collaborations you want to tease? Anything coming up, man? Give us something.
Well, I have my songs out right now, which is Cruel, Nangangamba, Sigurado, Elizabeth, Iyo, which is also an official soundtrack in Let's Fight Ghost, a series that's just released from, it's a Thai series just released on Netflix recently.
Cool.
And as well as I have this, Nangangamba and Binibini is charting right now. So Binibini I think is the #1 song in the Philippines still.
Let's
Thank you guys so
go!
much for
Yes.
for listening and the support and everything. I have a new song out right now, which is Hindi Ko Kaya. Talked about it earlier. It's kind of like a very dramatic song about breakup. But yeah, you guys can check that out. And it's trending right now too on YouTube. So thank you so much for that too. What else? Yeah, you guys can follow me on my social media accounts, my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I do TikTok as well, but I don't dance. You guys can search up Zack Tabudlo, and I'm sure it's gonna come up. Oh, and thank you guys so much for subscribing to my YouTube. I'm almost at 500,000 now.
Let's
It's
go!
crazy. I just got my silver play button too.
Yes.
Which is very cool. So yeah, thank you guys.
There you go. ZACK TABUDLO on 99.5 Play FM. Zach, we miss you, man. We hope to see you soon and have some shows too, live shows, gigs, and everything. There you go, folks. The new single from ZACK TABUDLO is out right now, Hindi Ko Kaya, under Island Records Philippines. And here it is right now, folks, live on the air. We have ZACK TABUDLO's latest single. It's called Hindi Ko Kaya. This is 99.5 Play FM.